Hello, friends. Today we have another very interesting topic to discuss. In this episode, we are going to discuss the top 5 most produced guns ever. For a particular gun, we will also consider weapons that are similar to it. So let us find out which are the top 5 most produced guns. So let's begin with the number 5. On number 5 of our top 5 most produced guns, we have the AR-15 family of weapons. Note that when US military designation for AR-15 is M16. Later, a carbine version of M16 was developed, which was named M4. AR-15, M16, and M4 are pretty much the same weapon with some minor differences. According to some estimates, over 18 million rifles of this type have been produced to this day. Colt has produced more than 8 million M16/M4 rifles. According to estimates, there are more than 10 million AR-15 rifles and their derivatives in the civilian markets around the world. M16 had a revolutionary design. In that era, most of the rifles were made out of wood and metal. M16 was perhaps the fired rifle to use polymers and plastics instead of wood. In 1964, the M16 entered U.S. military service after rigorous trials, and in the following year was deployed for jungle warfare operations in Vietnam. Eventually, in 1969, the M16A1 replaced the old and unreliable M14 rifle to become the U.S. military's standard service rifle. The M16 continues to evolve after its induction. Many versions were made which removed the previous version's shortcomings. The M16 has also been extensively adopted by other armed forces around the world. It is perhaps the most produced 5.56 rifle. The U.S. military later replaced most of the M16 in frontline combat units with a shorter and lighter version, the M4 carbine. Now let's move towards number 4. On number 4, we have the British Lee-Enfield rifle. The legendary Lee-Enfield is a bolt-action, magazine-fed, repeating rifle that was the main firearm used by the military forces of the British Empire and British Commonwealth during the first half of the 20th century. The World War I versions are often referred to as the SMLE, which is short for the common short magazine Lee-Enfield variant. This rifle saw over 17 million unit production around the world. It is the third most produced bolt-action rifle. The rifle saw extensive production due to the 2 world wars. The Lee-Enfield rifle, invented by James Paris Lee, and the rifle was initially manufactured by Royal Small Arms Factory. The Lee-Enfield has the dubious distinction of having the highest kills to its name. The Indian Army also inherited the Lee-Enfield rifles from the British Indian Army after independence. Indian Army used the SML Mk3* variants, which were produced in Rifle Factory Izapur, West Bengal. After that, on number 3, we have the German Mauser-Gewehr 98 or Karabiner 98K. Mauser-Gewehr 98 was a German bolt-action rifle designed and made by Mauser and fired cartridges from a 5-round internal clip-loaded magazine. It was the German service rifle from 1898 to 1935, when it was replaced by the Karabiner 98K, which was nothing but Gewehr 98's carbine version with a shortened barrel and an improved cartridge. Over 9 million Gewehr 98 and over 14 million Kar 98K were producing, taking the total numbers beyond 23 million. This is the second most mass-produced military bolt-action rifles in history, second only to our next gun on the list. On number 2 of our top 5 most produced guns, we have the Mosin-Nagant rifle. It can be called the AK-47 of the bolt-action rifle. Like the AK-47, Mosin-Nagant rifle also traces its origin to the Soviet Union, or more precisely, to the Russian Empire of the Tsars. The Mosin-Nagant rifle is a 5-shot bolt-action, internal magazine-fed military rifle developed from 1882 to 1891 and used by the armed forces of the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union, and countless other nations. It is primarily found chambered for its original 7.62 into 54 mm cartridge. The Mosin-Nagant rifle is the most mass-produced military bolt-action rifles in history, with over 37 million units having been made since its inception in 1891, and in spite of its age, it has been used in various conflicts around the world up to the present day. Now, before we move on to number 1, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to experience the world of the military in a unique way, be sure to download the Defense Squad Super app. Check the description for the download link. On number 1, we have the legendary Kalashnikov family of rifles, or more commonly known as the AK-47 family. The AK-47 gas-operated 7.62 into 39 mm assault rifle developed in the Soviet Union by Mikhail Kalashnikov in post-World War II era. It may be termed as the mother of all AK-type weapons, as it is the originating firearm of the Kalashnikov rifle, or AK family. The AK stands for Avtomat Kalashnikova, and the number 47 refers to the year it was finished. The AK-47's design began in 1945, and the final product was completed in 1947. It was formally inducted into the service of the Red Army in 1949. Even after more than 7 decades, the model and its several variants remain the most popular and widely used rifles in the world because of their reliability under harsh conditions, low production cost compared to contemporary Western weapons, availability in virtually every geographic region, and ease of use. Under the Warsaw Pact, several countries got the license to produce the Kalashnikov. Poland, Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, East Germany, and China all developed their own version of AK-47. The total production till this day surpasses 150 million. It is widely used in many modern armies. It is also infamous for being used widely by terrorists and insurgents. Being 7 decades old, it's still in mass production. It was a revolutionary design. The AK-47 had only 7 parts and is undoubtedly the most rugged and reliable weapon made to this day. No other firearm has shaped the history as the Kalashnikovs have. It is the only weapon that is featured in some countries' national flag. This concludes today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our future content. And as always, stay curious, keep learning, and we will catch you in the next video. Until then, take care and stay awesome.